Today, I'm going to show you how to make my easy morning blueberry muffins. You can even make these ahead of time and be ready for the next day because you're a breakfast genius. All right, let's go over ingredients. You're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of granulated white sugar. You can also reduce this down to a cup. I've done that several times if you want to do less sugar. Totally fine. 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of neutral oil. This is grapeseed oil. And 2/3 cup of milk, and then about 2 cups of blueberries. Now, I've also used raspberries. You could use strawberries. Any frozen fruit is going to go great in this recipe. And I love the fact that you can use frozen because you don't have to worry about having those fresh, and sometimes they're a little bit cheaper when they're frozen. Also going to need a bowl with 4 tablespoons of room softened butter, 3/4 cup of flour, 3/4 cup of rolled oats, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This is going to be our topping to our muffins. Once again, this is optional. You don't have to do it. It does give it a nice little crunch on top, but if you're trying to reduce sugars or you just don't want to do this part, I've made them plenty of times without this, and they've been just fine, and the kids still love them, but this does add a little bit of fun to those morning muffins. Also, you will need a muffin pan, and we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees, and hopefully it'll be ready by the time that we are. The first thing we're going to do is take our sugar and add it to our flour bowl here, our salt, and our baking powder. And we're just going to give that a good whisk. And then go ahead and set that next to your mixer. The rest of this we're going to take over to our mixer and we'll finish the recipe over there. Except for our blueberries, I'm going to leave those here and we will do that part by hand. All right, from here we're going to add in our oil, our milk, and our eggs. And we're going to go ahead and beat that until it's well combined and the eggs are broken up, about a minute. Now I'm just going to slowly add in my flour. I usually leave my mixer on a low, but I wanted you guys to be able to hear me. And I just add in 1 to 2 cups at a time and then let it go, and then I continue adding my flour until it's all combined. All right, so that was about another minute until it all got combined, so not very long at all. From here, I'm just gonna add in my blueberries or whatever berries you're using. I just like to do it this way by hand because I feel like my mixer smashes all of them. I don't want the muffin part to turn blue, so I just feel like I have a little bit more control over the gentleness of doing this by hand. It does look really pretty. It almost looks like rainbow unicorn muffins. So if you totally want to play that up for your kids, like especially if you have little girls, be like, this is rainbow unicorn food that I'm making for you. And she will get so excited and you'll be like the coolest mom ever. I mean, hey, if they can stick a picture of Paw Patrol on nuggets, you can stick a sticker of unicorn magicness on these blueberry muffins, right? Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna set that aside because I'm gonna go ahead and do the crumble top. Now, if you are not a fan of using your hands, then just go ahead and put this on your mixer, mix it up really well. You can also use a fork, but I just find that it's just faster and if I can touch it and do all that. So obviously make sure your hands are clean and just mash all this together. This is your crumb topping. All right, now this should hold together nice like an apple crisp. So if you squeeze this, it should hold together. It's just going to be a nice little crumb top. You don't want it overly dry. So if you feel like this is too dry and you would like it moisture, then go ahead and add in another tablespoon of butter. But I like the way that mine works. I just kind of test it by squeezing it in my hands, and if it stays together, then it's the perfect crumbliness, one of those. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside, wash my hands. All right, we're gonna set that aside. I'm gonna pull our muffin pan over. This is my large scoop. I have those linked down below. I love these things. And we're just going to scoop out our wet mixture here. And I do a flat scoop, as flat as I can get it. That way I know that these are all going to cook the same temperature. Kind of scrape off the edges there. Okay. Set that aside. See, look how pretty those look. You know what? We should market this as unicorn muffins. I'm just saying. All right, now you're gonna take your mixture, and I actually take my mixture and I take my tiny little scoop and I scoop that amount. I don't need it to like come out. It's just a nice little handy measurement guide. And then I kind of push it into the wet mixture. All right, and that is it. We're just gonna put these in our oven. Hopefully it's gone off by now at 400 for about 20-25 minutes. You do wanna do that toothpick check where you poke that toothpick in, pull it out, make sure that there's no moisture, and then they should be completely done. So I usually get about 2 trays full, so about 24 muffins. I do sometimes make these in bulk. So I will do a double batch or a triple batch, and then that way I can even sometimes freeze them, or I can just have enough for the week and the kids will eat them. They work perfectly fine on the counter for a few days. And then you can put them in the refrigerator or in the freezer and just warm them up. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, look at that. Those are all done. They look beautiful. Your kids are gonna love them. Let me know if that unicorn thing works. Yeah. All right, I hope you enjoy your breakfast and I'll see you in the next one.